Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran. Patch 9.1 got yet another update this week on some of the old friendly catch-up, primarily focusing on being able to gear our characters and focus on the core thing catch-up gear. There's also a pretty big update when it comes to legendaries and being able to create them quickly by removing a lot of the time gating that comes with the Torghast content, as well as even more all-friendly catch-ups for any characters that will be leveling following patch 9.1, even more updates in order to make it easier for us to catch up to about where our mains are. So let's take a look at some of these updates in today's video. First of all, Korthia Gearing and Korthia Gear will have a vendor that sells specific Korthian pieces, like weaponry, rings, boots, chest pieces, cloaks, helms, gloves. All the specific pieces have a different price of Stygia. However, it's a lot better than the current system we have where we just buy a Korthian token or find a Korthian token out in Korthia, send it to our alts, and it could be any random item. And multiple times when trying to gear my alts, sometimes I would get duplicates. Same shoulders, same gloves, same boots, when I'm just looking for a weapon to replace for my character. So this is going to be a lot easier for you to focus in on trying to get your alts geared, but also utilizing the Stygia, which is not really a commonly used resource anymore in patch 9.1. If you are going to be playing those alts and you hang out in Korthia regularly and you have your research maxed out on at least one character, you should also be able to start bringing up the item levels of those pieces with the Korthian research. However, I do wonder if the prices for those could be lowered a little, because when playing alts and doing the same dailies in Korthia, that can feel a little bit grindy. So I wonder if that's something that Blizzard can maybe address by hopefully maybe lowering the price it takes of the research in order to upgrade those pieces by one extra tier. This way it'll be even easier to get your alts caught up and running and try to get into dungeons and raids and PvP. The same Korthian vendor even gives you an item to be able to transfer Anima between characters or between covenants. So if you want to send some Anima to your old characters, or when you're switching covenants on your character and you want to buy some transmogs, you can just put that Anima in a nice package and then transfer it over to the covenant or character that you wish. What's good about this transfer is it's a one-to-one transfer. Unlike the Soul Ash, which does tax you a little bit, out of the 300 Soul Ash that you are spending, only 250 of it is getting transferred. This is a one-to-one transaction, so if you're trying to catch up your alts with Anima, that's also going to be pretty helpful. And now I've even discovered something interesting that you might want to use for any alt characters that you start up in patch 9.1. It seems that the item the Blizzard has added this week in order to grant a character's Covenant 40 renown can also be used on low-level characters. As long as you're level 51, apparently you can use this item, and that character can start with 40 renown before even hitting max level. This is especially fantastic for players that want to spend least amount of time grinding and getting the most amount of value for it. I'm actually kind of surprised that they even let you do this, and potentially in future PTR they might disable this functionality, but a level 51 character can already start at 40 renown before you dive into all the other renown catch-ups. The reason this is fantastic is because once you hit max level in Shadowlands, then you need to start farming renown. So leveling and farming renown are in two separate fields, where renown is usually part of the end game max level content. And this is the kind of end game you can actually start working on legitimately in 9.1 with some of the improvements they've done, like a slightly faster questing experience by buffing the amount of XP and how fast you do the bonus objectives, as well as the amount of renown you get from the bonus objectives themselves. So if you're someone who's a huge fan of the philosophy of two birds with one stone, your character can start at 40 renown, start questing in order to get to level 60, and before they hit level 60, just by clearing all the bonus objectives, you're looking at plus 20 extra renown. Less renown for you to farm once you hit max level, and you get all that for free while you're leveling your character. Well, basically free. You just have to do the bonus objectives, but with how fast you do those, it's actually quite insane. Blizzard also added a bunch of other activities for you to do for the daily bonuses, like doing Torghast to get some Soul Ash for your character. It looks like they've messed around with the scaling of Torghast, as I'm basically one-shotting a lot of the mobs, and it becomes really simple, really easy. Maybe some of that 40 renown with extra stamina helps me be tanky, maybe some of the powers that I've gotten, but Torghast on fresh characters leveling through Shadowlands feels incredibly quick and incredibly easy. At the end of that Torghast run, it also rewards you renown, which again, you can do a little bit of Torghast while gaining experience, while gaining Soul Ash, and also collecting renown. Then there's also bonus objectives for Battlegrounds, but because there's just not that many players on PTR that are Q and BGs, it's really difficult to test exactly how much XP you gain from it, one, but also just exactly how much renown can you get out of it. But I would imagine it'll most likely function very similar to the Torghast daily quest. Speaking about that daily Torghast quest, when you finish it, they did improve the experience you get out of it. My character with Rested XP was able to get 30% of a level out of turning in that quest for doing 2 Wings of Torghast, which I think is better compared to what we had before. And I believe before we had about 12% worth of a level as experience bonus, which seemed a little low. But I still think this could be improved even further, especially if you're someone who wants to level alts casually without having to grind them in a single sitting. I like the idea of them adding a daily reward for you to do. You log in, get your Torghast, do a BG win, maybe do a couple bonus objectives, log off, and you'll be able to gain quite a bit of progress for a character with renown as well as in levels, even if you play the game in bite-sized chunks. Overall, combined with the heirloom gear, that's probably going to speed up a lot of the questing experience since you don't need to slow down and change your gear constantly. It's going to be a faster leveling experience in Shadowlands, but of course, when it comes to playing alts, we just want to get them up and running to max level as quickly as we can. We've done the leveling in Shadowlands so far. The faster it is, the better, and I think a lot of us can agree on that. While we're on the topic of Torghast, Blizzard did add another catch-up mechanism for our characters by removing the time gate of Torghast and our gains of Torghast resources like Soul Ash and Soul Cinders. What I'm saying is right now you can spam layer 3 Torghast any floor or any wing and you'll always get the maximum amount of Soul Ash and Cinders. So in 9.1, if you were able to get a character up to max level, maybe even get a little bit of gear and enough patience to tough out a layer 12 Torghast, even if you don't flawless it and take a little bit of time, you could spam them out in a single day's worth of sitting and then have enough resources to be able to afford and create your maximum rank 6 legendary in one single go. This way you're able to get the grind out of the way, get your legendary and be done with it instead of having to wait a couple different weeks before you are able to finally craft your maximum rank legendary. This is a good change overall. Your legendary is probably one of the most important pieces of armor your character is going to wear, mostly for the effect. And even a lower rank legendary is going to have a pretty big impact in terms of how our characters play, but a lot of players want to reach that maximum item level legendary. Not a lot of people are satisfied with a rank 1, rank 2, or rank 3 Lego. They want to go for the big rank 6, get it out of the way, get that end game grind because that's quite a bit of item level on that thing. So it's going to be a lot easier coming out in patch 9.1.5, which is an awesome change going forward. Quite a lot of good updates for 9.1.5. Kind of makes me wish that I didn't level every single character to maximum level 60, but at least a lot of you guys will be able to take advantage of a lot of these opportunities, especially if you're someone who respects your own time. Being able to catch up with renown while also grinding the levels for that character is going to be fantastic. The legendary change I think is overall good. Removing time gating, I think everybody's going to be happy on that. Even though it's a bit of a grind, at least being able to make your rank 6 legendary in a single sitting, it's going to feel pretty satisfying. But also some of the daily quests that they're adding. I think it's good to have a little bit extra XP on some of the bite-sized gameplay the players will have, whether you have a lot of time to grind the game or not. I think it's good to reward players for sitting down and playing for even a bit. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Always have Discord link down below. That's probably the best place to reach me in general for anything. But be sure to hit subscribe if you want to see more 9.1.5 updates, as well as the bell in order to make sure that the YouTube actually feeds you the videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see all of you in the next one.